Hello folks, welcome to Beskidy, this wonderful map in Farming Simulator 13. I've been spending some time off cam doing a whole lot of tedding. Got several grass patches that I've previously cut. Let me see, so we've already cut and tedded, raked and baled this one here behind our farm. There was another couple here that I since have tedded. I did one over here, I did this one here, there's one up in this area. Now we're over in this little triangle piece, kind of by the fields that we have planted over here. I just cut a little section in here as well, so now I'm going to come through and ted it. I got quite a bit more to do just below 74 adjacent to it. We have a field in here. I also have this large one over here that I did. And you know that may... Oh yes, there's the bent one way down over here. We're not able to see it kind of on our map. So we got our work cut out for each other. So I'm kind of, or for myself rather. There's nobody that I've been able to hire to do this. I probably could take the outline of the fields and set up a course. But what I've been doing, and I don't know what anybody else does. I mean, with the nature of tedding, all you're doing is you're scattering the grass around. I'm still trying to get used to this tedder to try to understand how it works. And it appears that as it teds, it kicks it to the side. Now, I'd be curious to know from someone who's used one of these in real life or who's familiar with the operation, is that really how the tedder works? You know, when this is in tedding mode, if you can do either tedding or raking, does it always kick it over to the side? And maybe it does. You know, it's kind of belts in here moving all these paddles over, so maybe there is no choice but to send it to the side. So I know that's how it's working in game. So one of the things I've been doing to try to make it so I can gather all the material is I do the field counterclockwise, and it kind of has this weird effect, just the way Farming Simulator works. When it kicks it over to the side, it's going to add another swath here right over the top of this other green stuff. It's going to turn the whole kit and caboodle to tedded texture, as if we'd already been through here and tedded it. Now, maybe the way to avoid that would be to do it clockwise, but I want to do it counterclockwise so I can kind of, like I say, capture the material. I'm afraid if I do it this other way, it's going to kick it over into the weeds and brush, and it'll be a little bit hard to pick it up. So that's kind of what my approach is, but on the courses, here's kind of just what I'm doing. And this, I don't know if this is the right way to do it. I'm just free-handing it all, if you will. So now that I got it started, I'm going to set that over there. I need to get this going. We should have enough fuel. Although, you know what is interesting? It's burned several liters just sitting here. Anyway, without any more talking, I gotta get past this field. Let me just take her on around, and hopefully it seems to struggle just a fuzz when it's in its lowest gear, if there is a steep enough hill that it doesn't want to go. But you see kind of what it's doing. It's taking the material, it's shifting it over like it would, but it's kind of covering over the other material as if it had already been tedded. So just kind of the nature of the beast. Let me slow this down. The corners are always a little ticklish. Let me try to zoom in. I don't know what the right height is to try this. And I think that when I get on the inner rounds, I can speed it up a little bit, try it at speed 2. Oh, got this zoom camera set up here. And I think when I go, then what I do is I do it this way, but I only do this on the outer round. And then I continue. Oops, I missed a little bit there. Can't get it all. I try to get most of it, if you will. But when I get to the end down here, what I do is I will turn right around and come back the opposite way. So then I'm doing it clockwise, which is kind of how I'd probably do it in real life. But again, if anybody is familiar with this and using it in real life, I'd really be curious to know, just kind of how it's operated in the fields. It's kind of like I've mentioned in a previous video, it's new to me. And so here we go. Alright, now I can maybe speed it up just a little. Although if there's any bumps out here, so presumably, even though you can't see much, it's adding material over to the left. With these ways, I hope it is. I guess we'll... Yeah, I probably should have turned. Now I'm kicking material out. Yeah, probably. These ends are kind of a little bit hard. But presumably it's adding material, so when I come in and rake it and bale it, I'll have just as much material. Yeah, this is kind of this is kind of a cheat, or it sure feels like it. And it feels like what I should be doing is moving the drop area for the tedder part to be just behind the unit, or under it, or some. It just doesn't feel right kicking it to the side, because I guess, I'm just not used to this particular style. Yeah. As everybody can readily see, I really don't know what I'm doing. And what can I say? I think I previously expressed, we don't even really have tedders in our area. Most of the time when haying is done around here, it isn't, we do sometimes have the threat of rain, but most of the time there is plenty of time in between rains. The hay can dry completely on the ground, or as much as needed, and the farmers are able to bale, pick it up, and get it done. There was only one time that I remember on the farm using a tedder, and that particular year I think we'd had more rain than usual during the time when haying was typically done. And on the Lone Oak farm where I worked, that was typically in June, just before their regular harvest, when we would tackle the hay. And occasionally you'd get some good rains in there that would hamper your hay efforts. And so I do remember one year we added, well, it wasn't the air tedder. At least I don't think so. I don't know who they got it from or who they borrowed it from, but we ran one in the field. But other than that, I just don't see them in the area. Of course, I guess I can't testify to having traveled the whole country. But anyway, not used very often in the area where I'm at. You know what? I go down here. I think I'm going to start going counterclockwise to make the turn. Yeah, that'll help me keep it to the inside. That's what I should have been doing. It's going to have the side benefit of probably, yeah, it converted all that to the right texture. Oops, I didn't mean to turn that on. But this whole time, I don't know if anybody remembers, I am recording a course. So, oops. I have no idea how these will behave. I tried to also, when I did the mowing, I recorded a very specific course. I did it all manually. And yeah, maybe I should trust courseplay to come up with it. I don't know. It always seems to go a little wonky when courseplay generates its own route, at least in these earlier versions of courseplay. So I'm just going ahead and I'm recording it the long way. It's gonna air every single step I'm doing myself. Yeah, this is what I should be doing. I should have been doing that on the outer rounds too, is counterclockwise turns at the end to keep it in the field. Yeah, I may have to end up redoing some of these courses. And in real life, again, those that have run this particular type of tedder, is this how you would do it? is this how fast you would be going. You know, this is 12, 13 miles an hour. It's the 2 setting. You know, there's 1, 2, and 3. And I'm pretty sure one time I hit 3 on accident. I think it'll still do it in 3. But anyway, this is probably pushing it as hard as I care to. A speed of 1 is probably more appropriate. But yeah, I just don't know. Don't know much about tethers and don't know much about this one either. So almost done here. And we will have recorded ourselves. Oh, fiddle. I didn't get that one last little bit. I'm probably going to miss it here. It's just my luck. Get over there. There we go. There we go. Yeah, sometimes when I go over a bit of grass, it doesn't put it back. You know, maybe it's keeping it in there until it accumulates some. I don't know. Who knows if the same material in is actually the same material out. Alright. So here we have done our whole field. I'm going to stop this, and I kind of have got a little naming convention going here. What field did I give this? Oh, I gave it a number of 6. So grass Ted 06. Grass-Ted-06. Got it. So, does anybody else just record courses this way? You know, it maybe doesn't harness the whole power of courseplay, but next time when I do this field, it'll be all ready to go, and I'll be curious to see, you know, just how good of a job it does. You know, assuming I have a next time if I continue playing on this map. And I think I will. I'm still enjoying it in here. Oh, and as I look out the window, I turn the fog on. So the distance fog for this particular episode. I'll maybe turn it off later when I try to do a screen. Oops. Oh, boy. It just goes off. There we go, open sesame. I didn't know I turned it off. Anyway, sometimes it's easier navigating in this barnyard in first person than it is third person. Grandpa's over there. I know he hears us coming. He's probably worried, sick about us, because he has a crazy person here that doesn't know what they're doing. There's our fuel. We'll get a little bit in the tank and head back out. Okay, so let me go out the way I came towards field 69. Back out our open gates. Ooh, I have a feeling my Polish friends would have a few words with me as to how I treat the Polish equipment. Now, I believe I hang a left up here. Maybe. Yeah, I don't think that comes all the way down. So, we'll turn in here. What do you guys do mostly? Are you first-person drivers, or do you prefer third-person, kind of like this? Wilkowice. Still trying to learn how to pronounce names and places in here. Alright, I think I gotta go up here. Yeah. Take the dirt road. Come on under the trees. Oof. Some of these back roads are very bumpy. Possibly kind of like how they'd be in real life, but some of these, yeah, you can't hardly, it isn't wise to speed along them. Alright, so I have this hillside. I remember mowing this one. It was just before I quit playing for the night, and it was dark in here and hard to see where I was going. And you know, I have a course on it too. I'm not sure it's gonna work because there's something about this tractor that is powering out when it comes to a hill when it's going a particular speed. So that might be, is this a cuttable tree? Or not that one. I'm thinking of this fir right here. Yeah, that'll be the next thing. Once we get through making some hay here, assuming we still have time before our crops come ready to harvest. And speaking of that, where is... Oh my. What are we? We're just on the second one? Boy, if they weren't kidding. I think they did slow down the growth, so it takes extra time, perhaps to encourage people to do other activities in here, like make hay or try the timber. So let's try this again. Get rid of my map because we're on the field. Oops, let me back up. We got just a small dab here. Get this going. We'll start it up. We'll hide it. I don't think we need to see it. Make sure we're still on the windrower, or excuse me, yeah, tedder. That's to turn it into windrower if we turn that, so that's lower. And here we go. I'll do the same thing again, which is to go around it counterclockwise, and then I'll turn around the other way. There's an egg. Oh, that's right, the eggs that come out. Kind of the for the first couple spots, I think it shows for the waypoints or whatever they're called, of course. Now this is downright steep in here. So I'm going in one, and I have a feeling it's going to struggle on this hill. And I wonder why that is. Yeah, see, it totally powers out. And I know when I use 2, it doesn't power out. Wait a minute. Hold on, I'm actually falling down the hill. I think I need to go just a fuzz further. Yeah, I think I got a couple up here. Yeah, it's laying down some more. I had a dickens of a time cutting some of this in here. I think when the ground is pretty uneven, it doesn't like cutting it, so anyway. Oh, the problems of farming. Oh, I hear a plane coming overhead or whatever that is. I'm just liking all these fields in here. Every single one of them has its own charm. Oh, here, I need to speed up to 2. Let's see if I can get up this hill. I don't like going the speed on the outer round, but it is what it is. Yeah, this is incredibly steep up here. I know in Switzerland they farm some incredibly steep hay fields. Some so steep they have to harvest it by hand. They're not able to get the machinery on there, but they're probably desperate for every blade of grass they can get, as there isn't much flat land over there in Switzerland. Oh, come on. Alright, I'm back to 2. Yeah, I basically need to, I think, do this in 2. That's just kind of the reality that I'm facing here. Well, maybe I can do this here in 1, but that's alright. Now we're starting the next round, and I try to be a little smarter on corners this time. I think the motion was I had to go counterclockwise on some of the turns, so it would kick the material kind of inside. That's kind of nice. You know, this is, still feel like I'm cheating the way I'm kind of handling this, because there's a whole row that wasn't tedded, but man, that's nice that it's taking care of it for me as I come by, and all the little bits, you know, that I missed. I'm sure I'm not the, I gotta speed up a little bit here so I can make the hill. I'm sure I'm not the only one that doesn't like to leave unprocessed bits kind of in the field. Alright, let me slow that down. swing right along here. Oh, come on, go tractor, go. Is that gonna get that? By George, it did. As long as I can make the turn halfway decent, I can still do it that way versus trying to cut it wide. And still, I would say we are recording a course. So I'm really gonna be curious to see that if I ever make hay in here again, you know, just how good a job is a course gonna do. Because it's really just, you know, recording points. And, you know, when we drive it, when we record it, it may be somewhat smooth, but it isn't recording every single point. You know, it's well, I guess I really don't know how frequent it is. Maybe it's every 10 meters or whatever the equivalent is in game that it puts another one of those eggs. So really when it comes back and does the course, it's just hopping between all those eggs, all those points. That was a terrible corner. Yeah, some of y'all can tell I'm basically cheating it, but oh well. We're getting the job done. It's just a game, as they say. But I'm having to kind of do it at a blistering speed, and you know, here I can slow down as I come down the hill. Try to careen around the corner. Yeah, see, once it starts going into a point, I probably need to start doing my counterclockwise turns. It's like a bird flew overhead, saw the shadow. Yeah, and this is probably where I should have some kind of musical interlude while I finish the task of tedding the field. Alright, let me start turning. Oh my goodness. Yeah, see, this is just fast enough. And you know what some of it is? It's a mod that I'm really not familiar with. I have at the bottom of the screen two indicator boxes, you know, the 6.6 and the 37. Does anybody know what those things mean? I've been wondering if they have to do with the what's called an ES limiter. Is that engine speed limiter mod? I've heard of it before, and I know it was inserted on a lot of mods. I've seen the script over and over, but I really don't have a clue how that particular mod works, nor how to adjust it. You know, it's one of those mods, I don't think, where they tell you the key bindings. Like if we look here, you know, ink, change tool selection, lift the tedder, lights, handbrake, GPS. There's just nothing. Oh, wait a minute, clear at the bottom, look at that, gas limiter. You know, maybe, okay, I stand corrected, it is in there, but, okay, so 5 and 6, key 5 and 6. Alright, I'm hitting 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, doesn't do anything. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, nothing. Unless it is keypad. Hold on a sec. I got so much work for mine. I do keyboard steering, which I'm sure everybody can tell. Let me see if I can do anything with a keypad. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, nothing. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, nothing. I'm not seeing anything. And frankly, I mean, maybe this is where there is a key binding conflict. You know, I guess if we open it up over here, it would tell us 5 and 6. Oh, I don't know what that means. PRZYGAZOWKA. I don't know. Maybe that's ES limiter, gas limiter. I don't know. I'll have to try to translate that after this episode. But all I know is key 5 and 6 isn't doing anything. I wonder, like, if I came in cab, would it do anything? 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Yee-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, I'm getting down to the end here. I need to pay attention to finishing the field. Let me turn this off. Yeah, I just have to stay in this fast speed. So again, it'll be curious to see kind of how courseplay handles it this next time I come through here. You know, I know sometimes you can set a speed, other times it does it the speed that it was recorded in. Yeah, just, I guess we'll find out. I had to speed that up. Yeah, I didn't quite make the turn. This looks horribly messy. Oh, it bounced over it. Hey now, that's not fair. I hit it square on. Alright, so this is going to add just a little bit to the course. Let me try to go a little gentler that time. Alright. Now I think I may... do I still have some on the other end? I think I'll come out this end. I'll try to drive up the middle here, where we have... oh yeah, I do have a little dab here. I've been trying to start and end the courses somewhat close to the same point. There we go, we are done. It's probably when I do this, yeah, it'd be tempting to turn the tether on and off as we do this, but I have a feeling courseplay isn't. So, alright, which field have we done? According to my notes, field 7. So once again, let's see the naming convention, grass TED 07. Oh, let's stop first. Grass TED 07. What do you guys use for your naming convention? Particularly, you know, on what I have is a printed copy of the map, and so these particular grassy areas, they aren't numbered fields. Actually, can we see? Yeah, we see all the numbers. You know, just a comment as I look at these numbers. I thought there was a way. For example, you take field 56. I'm sure this is where the icon is. But isn't there a way to have the number itself show up more in the middle of the field? Some of these you can't hardly tell, like here's field 52. Well, is that this big block over here, or is it this skinny one over here? Or is it this one here, you know, and this is the entrance? It's just hard to tell. So, actually, in this case, maybe it's field 51? Maybe? Maybe I'm wrong on that. Yeah, but I guess the point is made. It's hard to tell. I thought, it's not to ding the modder, but it is helpful to have the field number in the middle of the field. The icon to purchase it can be over on the edge, but it sure is helpful when it's in the middle. Anyway, I have a printout of this. We've now headed here. We're going to head up here to this one. So as you can see, there is no field number. So I just kind of had to put my own. So that's kind of why I gave it a number. So let's reset now that we have finished. So I got to go uphill or... yeah, I got to go uphill, don't I? All right. Head on to the next one. Oh, I love how steep this is. Man, that's crazy steep. And only someone from Poland can tell me if this is truly how steep the Beskidy region is. Really cool up top here. Alright, I'm kind of tempted. Let me just... yeah, that turns on the tether. And the fog cleared and we had a good view. Alright, there's a fog back. We'll turn it all back. Yeah, the key binding I use to reveal the fog or to hide it is Control B. Well, anytime you hit Control B, Is this the right way I'm supposed to go? Yeah, I think so. It's just this particular end of the field has a whole bunch of foliage on it, so I think I started it down over here. You know, you can tell these roads are a texture, but the texture is only two direction, north, south, east, west. So it's a little bit, I think that's a texture anyways. Yeah, sure looks like a texture. But some of these are so bumpy, I've wondered if it was a three-dimensional object. So, anywho, let me get this set up to start heading this one. We have this whole field in here also cut. And that was also cut in the dark, so hopefully I didn't miss too many areas. Let me get just enough space. Yeah, a lot of times I like starting on a corner. So, alright. Here we go. We'll do it the same same that we've been doing. Oh, it looks like I had it lowered. And it's gonna have trouble getting up the hill. So I'm gonna have to help it. Let me put it in 2. It's gonna put down its eggs. Alright, it climbed out of, hopefully I had enough space. You know, that's another comment I would have on courseplay. And I don't know why this is, but it seems like the first 2 eggs are critical and it has to be in a straight line. But I really don't know why that is. Whoa, looks like I missed some over there. Yeah, some of these trees here just are foliage, so you can drive through them. Oh, I probably shouldn't have cut this long neck down in here, but I did. So we are desperate farmers. Yeah, some of this I couldn't even cut. It was just too bumpy. Well, oh yeah, and these trees up here, I kind of think it's a, well, let me see here. We'll go through it. Oh, nope, it didn't. I gotta go around, and I don't know if it's gonna let me do it. That may have just wrecked my courseplay. Come on. Let me go around here. Well, we've obviously, the bell is rung. We're past 30 minutes. Thank you so much for coming along for a ride to, as I ted a little bit of the grass, try to get ready to bring out the good old rake and baler. Actually, yeah, probably should be just raking this right when I've finished tedding it, but I don't know. I figured I would ted it all, and then I would come through and rake it just for kicks and to keep seeing something new. So, again, thank you for coming along. I'm going to finish this up off cam, I think. So, y'all have a wonderful day. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.